Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another fragrance first impressions. And you guys actually asked for this one. I had several of you guys in past videos ask for me to review this fragrance, and I decided a fragrance first impression would be the best way to do it. And it's the brand new fragrance Izia or Izia from Sisley, and this is a feminine rose fragrance that was just released very recently. So if you'd like to know what I think about this guy and also what I thought about last week's fragrance, then keep watching. If you are unfamiliar with how the format of my fragrance first impressions videos go, it usually goes like this. I will read the notes, tell you a little bit about this fragrance, sample it by putting it on my skin, and then I'll come back in like 15 to 20 minutes, let you know how it's developed on my skin, and then I'll give you my first impressions. Then at the end of the video, I will give you my first impressions of my final impressions of last week's fragrance that I've worn a few more times. And so my final impressions of this fragrance will be next week. So let's get started. 2007, and this is the kind of little blurb that the company says. I always read off screen, so excuse the weird side of my face. Izia is a fragrance built around a rose with a unique scent, a rose like a rendezvous that blooms for a short time, only once a year. The starting point of a modern and multifaceted new fragrance. Imbued with the radiant and sophisticated top notes, it seduces with its airy floral heart and the warmth of a woody base softened with musks. I love wood-based roses. I love roses and peppers. So let me read you the notes in this and I'll tell you why I was really excited to give this a whirl. The top notes in this are white bergamot, pink pepper, and aldehydes. Heart notes are diorano, rose accord, transparent floral accord, and Angelica. The base notes are cedarwood, amber, and musk. The pink pepper and the cedar and the amber mixed with the rose really excites me. So let's see if this can really excite. So here is the little package. I specifically went to the counter to get this. Normally I just kind of choose from fragrances I have lying around in my sample, but you guys have been asking for this and it took all my willpower not to try it in the store. So I have no idea what this smells like. And inside, this is the art, and it says, a distinct bouquet with an assertive and sensual character. I'm going to spritz this on both of my arms. I will kind of really quickly smell it after 20 seconds, give you an initial impression, and then I'll come back in about 20 minutes. Oh, that came out fast. I like to only do one squirt if I can. Oh, a lot comes out. I probably could have done half a squirt. You know I don't like to use the word squirt. Anyway. Initially, it's getting decent sillage just from out of the bottle, but I never completely trust it when it's right out of the little spritzer bottle. Usually I like to let it kind of settle down and absorb into my skin before I give you a better idea of sillage. But so far, I'm getting the bergamot, most definitely. It's a very clean bergamot, pink pepper, and rose. That's what I'm getting so far. Bergamot, pink pepper, and rose. And aldehydes. It's very clean right now. Very clean. Okay, so I'm clean, fresh rose right now. Is it soapy? It's bordering on soapy, not completely soapy yet. Anyway, I will be back in, I think I want to let this kind of sit on my skin for about 20 minutes. So I'll be back in 20 minutes to let you guys know how this is developed on my skin. So see you in a bit. Okay, hi. I'm back. It's been about 20 minutes. I'm trying to film this fast because it's been raining and it's going to start thundering soon, which is why the lighting looks weird. Anyway, not the point. Let's get back. Let's see how this is developed on my skin. Okay. It's the first initial whiff is bergamot. It's like citrus, extreme citrus. Now, again, understand that I am reviewing this on my skin. Everybody is different. You might try this and you might get something completely different. I'm guys letting you know my experience and first impression based on my skin and my body chemistry. So always keep that in mind. I'm getting a little bit more of the cedar. And the rose is a lot more prominent than it was before. Before it was like pink peppers, bergamot, aldehyde, and rose. And now what I'm getting is more rose and definitely still heavy on the bergamot, but you can get the cedar now, which is really, really nice. And the musk. I don't get much amber. It's like just the twinge of warmth in here, just a little bit. And I think that's from the amber. But the pink peppercorn has died down a little bit too. So this is mostly bergamot, rose, cedar, a little bit of musk, and just the tiniest little bit of amber. But so far it smells really nice. And the musk and the aldehydes and the cedar and the rose are playing really beautifully together. But I was hoping for something a little bit more magical. A little bit more magical. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this develops on my skin throughout the day. So you guys, if you're interested in this fragrance, definitely come back next week because I will probably be able to give you a more real review. I feel like this is the type of fragrance that needs to sit on my skin for longer than 20 minutes. So let me get to the review of last week's fragrance, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Fragrance was from Lalique, and it was their Noir Premiere Rose Royale 1935. It's one of their special fragrances. It had osmanthus and honey, and it was just this beautiful fragrance. And when I initially applied it on my skin, it was gorgeous, and I love the osmanthus. It's one of my favorite ingredients. I don't see it very often, and when it's done correctly, it's beautiful. The issue I had with this fragrance is the longevity went away after about 3 hours, which, you know, with samples I don't overspray, so I probably could overspray it. There was something in this fragrance, and I know it's not the osmanthus unless it's, however, the ingredients that they used. It's the same thing with Jo Malone fragrances. There's something with Jo Malone fragrances that 90% of them turn incredibly sour on my skin. So this one, after about 2.5 hours, started to get very sour notes. And it's just how it developed on my skin. It didn't turn out correctly. And I tried it 3 more times, and it just not working on my body chemistry. As you guys all know, body chemistry is crazy. For some fragrances, for me, that only lasts an hour, might last 5 hours on you, vice versa. I might pick up notes that you would never even think was in a fragrance, and, you know, I might not smell things on me that you guys feel it's very predominant. Which is always why with any fragrance review, watch a few reviews and definitely sample, and don't buy blind unless you kind of have an idea of how it might possibly work. This turned sour on my skin. I tried it 3 times. That being said, I'm not going to give it a bad grade because I don't give Jo Malone fragrances a bad grade. I'm not going to hark on something like the formula changing because of my body chemistry. Longevity, yeah, I'll talk about. Sillage, yeah, I'll talk about. But when it comes down to the formula turning completely different on my skin, it might not happen for you. Now, these bottles are expensive. I believe they're about $300 for one of the bottles from Lalique, of the Noir Premiere bottles. So I would definitely recommend sampling them first. Initially, before it turned sour, it was a beautiful experience on my skin, and I really enjoyed it. So I do like it, and I wish that it didn't turn sour on my skin, but I did kind of wanted to tell you guys that because it is something that happened, and so I can't really give you guys a more in-depth review because of that experience, and I don't think it would be fair to the fragrance for me to be like, oh, it's bad, it turned sour. Jo Malone does that, and I think Jo Malone makes some of the most beautifully refreshing fragrances out there. It's just they don't work for my body chemistry, so fortunately that was no dice. It's been about an hour. I kind of went off, and I wanted to give this fragrance a little bit more go, so I'm going to do a final check-in. I was getting ready to edit, and then I realized I really wanted to do it like this because I did want to give this fragrance a little bit more time to develop on my skin. So I've been wearing this for probably since initial application, hour and a half, and I think I can give you guys a better idea of how it is developing on my skin now because it's completely dried down, it's warmed up, and I'm getting a good idea of how this fragrance is going to last. First and foremost, it's going very strong. I think that this will have probably about 3 to 4 hours at least longevity on my skin, which is really, really nice. And the bergamot is still nice and strong, which I actually really, really enjoy if you guys are looking for a very fresh rose. This is it. The rose is a lot more prominent, the musk is a lot more prominent, and the cedarwood's kind of died down a little bit and the amber is completely gone. But overall, this is a very nice, clean, refreshing rose fragrance. The rose is still there, the bergamot's still there, and I think that's the heart of this fragrance, is going to be that kind of like very citrusy, bright, refreshing rose. That being said, if you guys really like citrus and rose, this might be a beautiful fragrance for you. The cedar is really nice, but it did take a little bit of time for it to come out in its full force, so don't look for it right off the bat. But overall, this is a very nice fragrance that I think is very refreshing and would be perfect for the springtime. That being said, because it is has really nice sillage, I will say that it has excellent sillage so far. I don't know if I would recommend this more than one spritz if you're going to work or class. This might be a out and about fragrance because it does tend to fill the area. My husband walked past me like far away and he could smell it, and thankfully he doesn't mind rose, but he was like, oh, you're wearing perfume. Like, he got it like 5 feet away. So do keep that in mind with this fragrance. But so far it's really nice, it's very clean, it's very fresh, and it is a beautiful rose fragrance. I do really like the bergamot and the rose and the cedar in this, and those are the most predominant notes I'm getting, so if those notes excite you, give this a try. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you enjoy my fragrance videos, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this, and also don't forget to subscribe. It's free. I was gonna do it again. I keep touching my face, I don't know why. It's free and I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends as well, so I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever, and I will see you next time. Bye!